Celtic Myths and Legends by T.W. Rolleston. Chapter 1, The Celts in Ancient History. Weakness of the Celtic policy. Yet, this native civilization, in many respects so attractive, so promising, had evidently some defect or disability which prevented the Celtic peoples from holding their own either against the ancient civilization of the Greco-Roman world or against the rude young vigor of the Teutonic races. Let us consider what this was. Chaucer's Conquest of Gaul, page 10 and 11. Let it be added that the aristocratic Celts were like the Teutons. Dolly Catholic, that is to say, they had heads long in proportion to their breadth. This is proved by the remains found in the basin of the Marne, which was thickly populated by them. In one case, the skeletons of the tall Gallic warrior was found with his war car, iron helmet, and sword. Now, in the Musée de Saint-Germain, the inhabitants of the British Islands are uniformly long-headed, round-headed, Alpine type is something that occurs very rarely. Those of modern France are round-headed. The shape of the head, however, is now known to be by no means a constant racial character. It alters rapidly in a new environment, as is shown by measurements of the descendants of immigrants in America. See an article on this subject by Professor Haddon in Nature, November 3rd, 1910. And the biggest headed races, the biggest brain, you got the Teutonic. But if you say something like Caucasian, which is really 4 races, then you're going to have to say East Asian. But the biggest headed races are just south of the Sahara on West Africa, and clear on the other side, just south of Arabia and Ethiopia, you have another. And out of all these groups, you consistently have, of the top 10 most intelligent people in the world. But there are factors that are other than head size and brain size that go into the whole thing. But it's interesting that the smallest brained races, I mean, not pygmies, have some of the smartest, but we're talking big heads, and they have a cooling system in their heads, so it's, computers have that. So let's, the judgments that people make based on appearances are not quite what some people would lead you to think that they are.